Matthew 6 verse 21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Understanding the verse in context. This verse is part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5 to 7, where he teaches about true righteousness, trust in God, and the dangers of worldly attachments. The immediate context, Matthew 6 verses 19 to 20, warns against storing up earthly treasures, which can be lost, stolen, or destroyed, and instead encourages investing in heavenly treasures that last forever. Jesus is making a profound connection. What we value most will inevitably shape our thoughts, desires, and actions. If we prioritize wealth, possessions, and status, our hearts will be consumed by them. But if we value God's kingdom, faith, love, and righteousness, our hearts will align with eternal treasures. 1. Earthly versus heavenly treasures. In Matthew 6 verses 19 to 20, Jesus contrasts two kinds of wealth. Earthly treasures, money, possessions, power, are temporary and unreliable. They can be stolen, destroyed, or lost. No matter how much we accumulate, it will never satisfy completely. Heavenly treasures, acts of kindness, faith, generosity, obedience to God, have eternal value. These cannot be taken away and bring true fulfillment and peace. Jesus isn't saying money or possessions are evil, but he warns against making them our ultimate goal. When we do, we risk losing sight of God and becoming enslaved to materialism. 2. The heart follows what we treasure. Jesus' words serve as a spiritual diagnostic test. Wherever we invest our time, energy, and resources reveals what truly matters to us. For example, if someone treasures wealth, they may become anxious, greedy, or dishonest to maintain it. If someone treasures God's will, they will live with generosity, contentment, and purpose. What we chase after shapes our hearts. If we pursue temporary things, our hearts remain restless. But if we focus on God's kingdom, we find lasting peace. 3. How to store up heavenly treasures. Jesus calls us to shift our priorities toward things that have eternal significance, loving and serving others selflessly. Matthew 22 verses 37 to 39. Using wealth wisely to help those in need. 1. Timothy 6:17-19. Growing in faith and obedience to God. James 1 verse 22. Trusting in God's provision instead of worrying. Matthew 6 verse 33. When we invest in these things, our hearts become aligned with God's will, and we experience peace, joy, and purpose beyond material gain. 4. A practical reflection. If you examine your bank statement or daily schedule, what would it reveal about your priorities? Are you more invested in temporary things or in things that will have eternal impact? Conclusion. Jesus' teaching in Matthew 6:21 reminds us that our hearts naturally follow what we treasure most. If we place our hope in money, power, or possessions, our hearts will be trapped in anxiety and dissatisfaction. But if we treasure God's kingdom, our hearts will find true fulfillment, security, and eternal reward.